A very good morning to all. Let's begin with the last lecture, last topic of chapter 3 of your book A, that is US hegemony. And now the topic is how can hegemony be overcome? Now, in the in the current situation, we have already discussed that America is a hegemon. America is the most powerful country in the world, not at all in terms of military, but also as a structural power, also as a soft power as well. And hegemony, when we talk about this term hegemony is not related to a particular country. It is also a fact that on international platform nowadays America is a hegemon. But basically the term hegemony refers to a particular state in which having a particular country, having a state being the most powerful one all over the world. So now this question is very much natural. How can hegemony be overcome? What are the ways? What are the ways in front of other countries so that instead of being extremely led or instead of being threatened by the most powerful country of the world, how can they maintaining their own sovereignty and integrity, how can they take care of their own public, how can they live on this platform in a respectable manner? Now, in the short term, we must recognize that no single power is anywhere near balancing the US military. In case, if we talk about, which is not possible, if we talk about challenging the US military, nowhere in the world, no countries over there in the world which can give challenge to the US military. It is a fact. May it be China, may it be India, may it be Russia, all over the world, no military power is over there in the world which can give any kind of a challenge to the US military alone. There are chances, if some of these countries they come up together, there are chances that any of such situations can take place. If China and India they come up together, or China, Russia and India they come up together, so far their military power is concerned. But the kind of situation or the kind of scenarios over there on international platform nowadays, the kind of circumstances are over there when we talk about international politics or when we talk about international relationships, do you feel it is possible? We feel that India and China, they can come up together so far their military power is concerned? No, not possible. This is the reason there is no way to give any kind of a challenge to the US military. That's bad. There are other kind of ways, but it doesn't mean that hegemony cannot be overcome. It doesn't mean that other countries on this international platform they have to sacrifice their sovereignty and independence. Then only the world can go in a peaceful manner. No, it is not possible. India has never compromised with its foreign policy. So there are three ways by which this hegemony can be overcome. And the first way is bandwagon strategy. What is that bandwagon strategy? Some people argue that it is strategically more prudent to take advantage of the opportunities that hegemony creates. So instead of giving any kind of a challenge to the position of the hegemony, instead of giving any kind of a competition to the hegemon, what do? We have good relationships with the hegemon and try to take maximum advantage of the situations created by the hegemon. That is, may it be in terms of free trade, may it be in terms of transfer of technology, may it be in terms of providing weapons or whatever. This strategy is called bandwagon. I repeat the definition: having good relationships with the hegemon, not at all giving any kind of a challenge to the hegemon, and taking advantage of the situation, whatever is created as a result of the existence of hegemon in the world. This is called bandwagon strategy, which is considered to be the wisest one in the current scenario. And the second strategy, another strategy is hide. That is totally opposite to this bandwagon strategy. What is that? This implies staying as far removed from the dominant power as possible. This strategy, hide, says that be little bit away from the dominant power. Not be very much in close relationship with the hegemon and improve yourself silently. Work upon your infrastructure, work upon your technology, work upon your healthcare, work upon your military powers or whatever, but do not be very much close to the hegemon. That was the technique which was used by this strategy of Hyde was used by after the First World War by America. When all those European countries were involved in war, America was developing silently in terms of military, in terms of technique, or whatever. But when we talk about this strategy of Hyde, do you feel it is possible in the current scenario? No, it is not possible in the current scenario, especially for a country like India, because the whole world is turning into a global village. We cannot stay away from each other. Our policies affect each other. The foreign policy of a country affects definitely the international platform, especially a country like India, whose geographical location is very much crucial, very much important, not at all in Asia itself, but all over the world. But of course, there is a strategy which is called Hyde, in which being away, not being very much close with the hegemon, and work upon infrastructure, work upon medical care, work upon military power, work upon your own development silently. That is called Hyde. That is totally opposite from the strategy of bandwagon. These two strategies are over there, but there is third school of thinking. There is a third group of people, what they say, that resistance to American hegemony may not come from other states. I have already made this thing very much clear. There is not a single country in the world which can give this kind of a challenge, may it in terms of structure, infrastructure, may it be in terms of economy, may it be in terms of military power. No other state, no other country can give a challenge to American hegemony. But this kind of a challenge, this kind of a resistance can come up from non-governmental organizations. These challenges to American hegemony will emerge in the economic and cultural realms and will come from a combination of non-governmental organizations, social movements, and public opinion. It may arise from sections of the media and intellectuals, artists, and writers, and some of them they may be Americans also. So, the third technique says that challenge to American hegemony, resistance to American hegemony will not come from any other state in terms of military. It will come in terms of cultural movements. It will come in terms of social movements. There are chances, may it be so, that it comes of it comes in terms of green movement also. There is a group of people who feel so that other non-governmental organizations, social organizations, and people, intellectuals, artists, journalists who work for the environment, who work for the global health, they can give a kind of challenge to the US hegemony. So that is the third technique which is over there. That is a third school of thinking which says that how can hegemony be overcome. That is a third strategy which talks about, not about bandwagon strategy, not about Hyde. It talks about the challenge to hegemony, challenge to American power will not come from any other country from outside. It will come from NGOs, it will come from intellectuals, it will come from journalists, painters, artists, and some of them they may be Americans also. But when we think of this world, we know it is a global village, and we know that America is the most powerful one. So the situation is compared to a village. The headman is you do not have very good rapport with the headman, and you are having just one village to live in. There is no other world, there is no other planet over which we can live comfortably. So where would we go? So that is the only world in which we are living, and America is the only hegemon. We have to resist. This is how the chapter ends. Thank you.